Hindu spiritual organization ISKCON has dismissed the claims that it distanced itself from Chinmoy Krishnadas, the monk who has been jailed by the Bangladesh government. ISKCON has affirmed its support for Das and said that it backs the monk's right to protest peacefully. Pakistan police have levelled multiple charges against imprisoned former Prime Minister Imran Khan, his wife and others for inciting people to violence. This follows days of protests and clashes in which at least 6 people were killed and scores more were injured. Khan's wife Bushra Bibi led thousands of people from the country's northwest to march on the capital Islamabad to demand the release of Khan, who has been behind bars since August 2023. Imran Khan already has more than 150 cases against him, but supporters say they are politically motivated. UK and Iraq have signed a landmark deal to strengthen border security. UK's Home Office has said smuggling networks operating out of Iraq, including the Kurdistan region of Iraq and Europe, have been responsible for trafficking thousands of people across the globe, including across the Channel to the UK, which has been undermining border security and putting lives at risk. The Israeli military has announced its Air Force targeted a Hezbollah facility in southern Lebanon on Thursday, used for storing mid-range rockets. This strike came after both sides accused each other of violating a ceasefire aimed at ending more than a year of fighting. Israel also reported firing on vehicles it deemed suspicious in the southern region, accusing them of breaching the truce with the Iran-backed Hezbollah, which has been in effect since Wednesday. According to an IAEA report, Iran has notified the UN nuclear watchdog that it intends to install over 6,000 additional uranium-enriching centrifuges at its enrichment plants and activate more of those already in place. It reportedly outlines Tehran's response to a recent resolution passed by the agency's 35-nation Board of Governors. The resolution, which was backed by Britain, France, Germany and the United States, called for action against Iran. According to the Lebanese Health Ministry, the death toll from Israeli attacks in the latest round of Israel-Hezbollah conflict has climbed to 3,961, with injuries rising to 16,520. The death toll had been revised as more victims were found beneath the rubble, the ministry added. Russia has claimed that its forces have struck Western-supplied weapons in Ukraine. Meanwhile, Ukraine has that numerous energy facilities across the country have been hit by Russian missiles and drones. A Russian Defense Ministry report says that its forces destroyed armored vehicles, UK and US-made howitzers, as well as ammunition depots and military airport infrastructure on the Ukrainian side. The brutal ceremony for the remains of 43 Chinese People's Volunteers martyrs was held at a CPV martyrs ceremony in Shenyang, Northeast China's Liaoning province, on Friday. The remains of these 43 CPV soldiers who lost their lives during the war to resist US aggression and aid Korea were returned to China on Thursday from South Korea. Russian Defense Minister Andrei Buloshov arrived in Pyongyang for talks with North Korean military and political leaders as the countries deepen their alignment over the conflict in Ukraine. Protesters clashed with police in Georgia's capital Tbilisi after the government suspended talks in its bid to join the European Union for 4 years. Several protesters have been arrested and many have been injured. The move by the Georgian Prime Minister came hours after he was reappointed to the job by members of the governing Georgian Dream Party. This after its disputed victory in the last month's parliamentary election sparked massive protests and led to an opposition boycott of parliament. The October 26 election was widely seen as a referendum on the country's aspirations to join the European Union.
Unfortunately, in response to this EU resolution, Georgian Dream got together and decided to announce that the accession talks will be stopped with the EU, and moreover that they will not receive any funding from EU, which means that they will block 100 million devoted to Georgian civil society and media. They're going to suffocate whatever pockets of freedom are left in this country. Hence the reaction of public.
Venezuelan lawmakers have approved a bill that codifies economic sanctions as crimes against humanity. This includes sanctions like those imposed by the United States. The bill allows the persecution of anyone who expresses support for these measures. It was approved by the unicameral National Assembly. The bill implicitly targets leading opposition leaders. Many of these leaders supported economic sanctions as a means to pressure the government into negotiations. Take a listen.
Esa ley basura para nosotros no existe. Para las mujeres y hombres de bien de este planeta no existe. Al contrario, hoy venimos a entregarte y a rendirte cuentas que hemos aprobado la ley orgánica Libertador Simón Bolívar contra el bloqueo imperialista.
Voters in Ireland go to polls on Friday to elect a new parliament, and many are unhappy. Housing crises and rising immigration are driving discontent with centre-right governing parties Fine Gael and the Fianna Fáil. An anti-politician mood also is hitting left-of-centre opposition party Sinn Féin, which not long ago appeared destined for power. Listen in to Sinn Féin leader Mary Lou MacDonald.
After 100 years of Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael, Tweedledum and Tweedledee as I call it, now is the time for a new government. Now is the time for change.
New York's Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade marched, soared and roared into its second century despite a drenching rain and a brief disruption from pro-Palestinian demonstrators. The New York Police Department said they arrested 21 people after protesters jumped barricades and sat down on the parade route with Palestinian flags and a banner that reads, "Don't celebrate genocide." Cities across America are marking Thanksgiving Day with colorful parades. Chicago hosted its annual Thanksgiving Day parade early in the morning. Downtown crowds watched as marching bands, flag bearers, and a giant inflatable turkey made their way through the parade route downtown. According to local reports, this is Chicago's 90th anniversary of hosting this holiday event. The central processing platform of the Bozhong 26-6 oil field, the world's largest metamorphic oil field, completed installation in southern Bohai Sea on Thursday. The designed floating weight of the platform is over 16,000 tons, making it the heaviest platform in the Bohai oil field. The central processing platform is 3 stories tall and has 8 legs. This multifunctional integrated offshore oil and gas platform seamlessly combines production and living facilities. The 3-runway system at Hong Kong's International Airport officially went into service, further enhancing Hong Kong's status as an international aviation hub. The 3-runway system is expected to enable the airport to handle 120 million passenger trips and 10 million tons of cargo annually.
香港國際機場係香港以至整個粵港澳大灣區通往世界嘅重要門戶，同社會經濟發展起住戰略性嘅作用。3跑道系統落成之後，香港國際機場嘅容量將顯著提升，包括填海拓地約650公頃，興建一條全長3800米嘅。
US coffee giant Starbucks on Friday opened a shop at a South Korean observatory near the border with rival North Korea, where customers, after passing a military checkpoint, could drink beverages in the view of a quiet North Korean mountain village.
북한 국민들의 삶의 모습을 보면서 우리가 빨리 평화로운 통일이 돼서 저분들과 함께 이 좋은 공간 함께 향유하는 시대가 오면 좋겠다. 이런 생각들을 가지고 가면 좋겠다는 생각이고요. 풍선 같은 경우에는 사실 우리의 문제가 아니고 북한 내부적인 문제라고 보기 때문에 우리가 여기서 이 스타벅스를 개장하고 그다음에 많은 분들이 여기를 찾고 조망한다고 해서 북한이 도발할 이유가 있다. 그렇게 생각하지는 않습니다.
Experts participating in the second China International Supply Chain Expo, or CISCE, in Beijing have stressed the importance of access to information, trust and collaboration for global businesses to remain competitive in today's uncertain times. Themed Connecting the World for a Shared Future, the 5-day expo is scheduled to run till Saturday, gathering industry leaders and experts from around the world to promote global cooperation in industrial and supply chains.
Trade intelligence plays a crucial role because now, as we know, in the current uncertain global context, access to timely, accurate, and reliable information on markets is crucial for firms of all sizes. Now, big firms often have economic research departments that can help them find the information, but especially small and medium-sized enterprises need tools and need information to help them identify and compare opportunities.
Shanghai has released implementation plan for low-altitude flight service management, aiming to establish a comprehensive public air route network with over 400 routes by 2027. Listen in.
空域的开放和有效的利用问题，这是企业认为是最大的瓶颈。第二个，这个上天难落地难，这就是说我们的起降场太少，可飞的航线太少。
Australia has become the first country to ban social media for under 16s. This new law is set to take effect in 12 months. It will give social media companies time to comply with new requirements. Educational sites like YouTube and messaging apps like WhatsApp will be exempt. The law doesn't detail, however, how tech companies will enforce these age restrictions, but those that fail to comply could face fines of up to 50 million Australian dollars. It also doesn't require users to upload government IDs for age verification. Canada's Competition Bureau is suing Alphabet's Google over alleged anti-competitive conduct in online advertising, the antitrust watchdog said on Thursday. The Competition Bureau, in a statement, said it had filed an application with the Competition Tribunal seeking an order that, among other things, requires Google to sell 2 of its tech tools. It is also seeking a penalty from Google to promote compliances with Canada's competition laws, the statement said. China warned on Thursday it would take necessary actions to protect Chinese firms in the US. Escalated chip control measures following reports that the Biden administration could unveil new export restrictions as soon as this week. Last week, the US Chamber of Commerce informed members in an email that the Biden administration was considering adding as many as 200 Chinese chip companies to a trade blacklist, which would prevent most US suppliers from shipping to them. Vermont experiences heavy snowfall on Thanksgiving Day as a snowstorm enters the state. The storm comes as an Arctic blast in the Midwest, and wet weather in the eastern US is expected to disrupt travel over the Thanksgiving holiday weekend. A chilly, sloppy mix is expected to linger on Saturday in parts of the Northeast. The 2024 Atlantic hurricane season that featured 11 hurricanes and billions of dollars of damage will finally come to an end on the 30th of November. Abnormally warm ocean temperatures and the La Nina conditions in the Pacific supported the formation of several destructive storms. Hurricane Milton rapidly intensified and the storm's maximum wind speeds hit 180 meters per hour, making it one of the strongest hurricanes by wind speed ever recorded in the Gulf of Mexico. Indonesian rescuers recovered at least 20 bodies and are looking for 2 villagers who remain missing after flash flood on Sumatra Island caused mud and rocks to tumble down mountainsides. Officials said Tuesday. Torrential rains over the weekend caused rivers to burst their banks in 4 hilly districts in North Sumatra province, washing away houses and destroying farms. 4 more bodies were recovered Monday evening, bringing the total death toll there to 10. National Disaster Agency spokesperson said in a statement. A messy Thanksgiving storm brought rain, snow, and difficult travel conditions to New Hampshire on Thursday. Local media reported that the intensity of rain and snow was expected to pick up during the afternoon hours. The annual Shanghai Marathon is set to begin this Sunday at the Shanghai World Expo Exhibition and Convention Center. It offers a one-stop, comprehensive and diverse experience for sport enthusiasts, including the 38,000 participants of this year's marathon. Since 1943, the people of Kentucky, Virginia, and Tennessee have looked forward to Santa's arrival. Not in a sledge on their rooftops, but on a train. The Santa train marks its 82nd running this year, bringing presents and joy to small towns along a 110-mile portion of the CSX rail line tucked into remote country river valleys. Many of these children who line up the tracks and wait for Santa the Saturday before Thanksgiving are the 3rd, 4th, or the 5th generation to do so.
People look forward to this event every year. They know when it is. It's the Saturday before Thanksgiving. They know where the stops are. And I've talked to people today, one lady, Ruth, who's been here every Santa train since 1943. She's in a wheelchair now. She remembers when she was 5 years old, walking several miles to come here and see Santa Claus, because there were no TVs. There was nothing back there. And that's her only glimpse of Santa Claus. And, you know, so this is the history and this is the heritage that we're stewards of.
To celebrate holidays, Disney Plus has brought Kevin McAllister's iconic house to London for the Home Alone experience, where fans of the movies had the chance to explore it and take festive pictures. The holiday experience features 3 sets: living room, a bedroom, and hallway. All professional photographers were on the sites as well to take Christmas card pictures, along with props such as Kevin's green robe and Harry's coat covered in feathers. Home Alone Experience was open for one day only at the White Rabbit Studios in London.